Great Halloween party, Sue. It totally trumps last year's party.
By a lot, if I might say. The spooky punch is especially terrific.
Thanks, guys. I worked really hard. I wanted this year's party to be really memorable.
Well, I say you've done it.
Boy howdy. Now if you'll excuse me, guys, I need to visit the little boy's room, as I've got a case of the brownie batters. Excuse me. Oh, God.
Woo, that sounds awful. I hope he comes out of there okay.
Oh, we're all in for a trick and a treat.
Whatever could you possibly mean, Sue?
I bought this season's hottest Halloween gag gift.
Tell me more about this season's hottest Halloween gag gift. I want to know more.
Well, when you really want to up the ante on the old fun stuff with your friends and family, look to sticky toilet paper from Silver Shamrock. It'll have them running.
Well, the poop came out okay and went right into the toilet where it was supposed to go. But I gotta say, Sue, this toilet paper is the worst. It sticks to everything, including my butt. And then it got covered in the sweet Georgia molasses I just made, which is also sticky. And then I tried to get the toilet paper off of my ass with my hand, but my hand already had sticky toilet paper stuck to it, and that got more poop-covered sticky toilet paper over myself. And now it's on the bathroom doors, the walls, Dave's face. Anywhere I put my hands now has awful-smelling brown sticky toilet paper on it.
Sue, your punchline even made it in the punch bowl. Hilarious!
Looks like the joke's on all of us. Thanks, Silver Shamrock.
In the 1970s, the Silver Shamrock Corporation was synonymous with practical jokes, novelties, and gag gifts. But then, Silver Shamrock disappeared in the early 80s, mostly due to a failed business venture to use the mystic powers of Stonehenge to murder millions of innocent people, and the infamous Sloan v. Silver Shamrock case that involved a man being shot to death by police who thought he was a spooky and stinky mummy, but was just covered from head to toe and used sticky toilet paper.
But you may have heard that mega corporation Disney recently bought the rights to Silver Shamrock, and now you can get an all-new set of fun items for a new generation, like our fake pregnancy test. Surprise your beloved with the thought of raising a family, from picking a name, calling their parents, converting their favorite room into a nursery, and then take it all away because you're actually barren. Too funny!
Or the super tiny undies and socks double pack. Sneak into your roommate's bedroom while he's sleeping, replace all his undies and socks with these way too small ones, and then stare at him while he sleeps for an hour or so. When he wakes up, he'll think he grew to giant proportions.
The laughs don't stop there. Christmas is just around the corner, and we know that kids love when Santa brings them video games, right? Yeah! Well, how about breaking their little hearts when you get them the newest motion-controlled video game called Mario and Sonic Do All of the Yard Work. Join Sonic and Mario as they rake up leaves, pick up dog dirt, and shovel snow. Best part is, you don't need a video game system. It's only a snow shovel, rake, and pooper scooper. It's fun in the bedroom, too, if you know what I mean, Mom and Dad. Hubba hubba.
Grandma being an uppity bitch again? Well, get her a gift she'll love. A subscription to TV Guide from Silver Shamrock. We'll send your dear old Gram weekly issues of TV Guide, but they'll be from 20 years ago. Laugh as Granny tries to understand what channel Perry Mason is showing on for weeks.
Your teenage brother loves drinking beer, and your 17-year-old sister loves going to nightclubs and dancing aggressively with 28-year-old guys named Austin, right? Well, how are they going to do that without a fake ID? Get them one from Silver Shamrock. We'll send an authentic driver's license with their picture on it in the state you live in, and off they go. It won't be until they're arrested and they'll realize that the name on it is pulled from the FBI's most wanted terrorist list. They'll be in prison for so long you may never hear from them again. Oh, it's so funny! Seriously though, you will never hear from them again.
So remember everyone, always trust and do whatever Silver Shamrock tells you to do. Even if it seems like you might get in trouble or someone you love may be hurt. You don't want to be the only one at school that didn't do what Silver Shamrock said to do, right? Do you?
Do you?
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. It's another shitty, sunny,
Shamrocky
shamrocky week here in the Stinker Studio A. It's the start of our Halloween business. I don't know how long this Halloween business is going to be because this is the start and it's already mid-October.
So I'm the guy that doesn't like horror movies, and I think last year the same fucking thing happened. Is like, oh, it's Halloween, we got to do scary movies.
Oh shit, yeah.
And then by virtue of our recording schedule, I pick one, and then everybody else is like, oh, that's not going to air till after, so we're just gonna fucking watch whatever.
I think that you're actually wrong. I think that you do like horror movies. You just don't like the horror movies that everybody else likes because you like all the Jason movies, all the Friday the 13th movies. There's like two that you don't like.
Had to like force myself to like
you
them.
know that you like this movie. You know that you like Pieces.
This movie is this movie a horror movie?
I don't think that you don't like horror movies. I think that it's non-genre. You just like good, bad movies. It doesn't matter what genre it falls into. Jackie, however, really likes horror movies, whether they are good or bad.
That is correct, gentlemen. I don't give a shit what time of year it is. It's like Christmas movies. I'll watch Christmas movies during the non-Christmas season. And Halloween movies, just the same thing. All season long, baby. Halloween, spooky slasher movies.
Of the Witch?
Them.
Season of the Witch with Tom Atkins running around begging ladies and solving crimes.
Even though he's a fucking doctor.
Even though
That's how much he plays a cop on TV, is that even when he's playing a doctor, he has to turn into a movie cop.
We have to table this, otherwise we have all seen this movie recently. This was made Sam and I's. I know it made mine year in review last year. It's probably going to make my year in review next year as well because I love this movie so goddamn much.
Hey, what's your name? I'm Doctor. Doctor who? Doctor Movie Cop.
Movie Cop. Talk to me. Or thrill me. That's what he says in
Thrill Me.
Night of the Creeps, which is another fun horror
Night of the
movie
Creeps is fun. Have you seen Monster Squad? He's in that too.
I just talked about Monster Squad 2 weeks ago, and he is not in Monster Squad.
No, he's not in that one.
Somebody's in Monster. A lot of people.
There's a lot of
Monster
people.
Squad,
there's a lot of
Tom
Carpenter
Atkins
crossovers into all those Creep shows, and he's in Creep Show.
You like Creep Show?
I like Creep Show.
Yeah, you like all these movies that are classic, shitty horror movies that are not scary because there's only really two scary movies that have ever existed in the entirety of film that people know.
Oh, Insidious.
Titanic.
Titanic is frightening. Never get on a cruise ship. You may end up falling in love with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Scary as shit.
No, I was frightened that he wasn't going to die.
Oh, yeah. No, please.
I think he's not going to drown.
Oh, it's very cold in there. It's gotta be cold in there. Die. Rose, Rose, Rose.
Rose, 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 Rose.
I'm chilly, Rose. Rose, so cold. No, Insidious is shit, Jackie. The main villain, I'm gonna go to another dimension inside my wife's brain, and inside of it is a demon that looks exactly like Darth Maul.
Well, that they didn't really drag out Darth Maul as long as they should in the Star Wars business, so this guy's just doing us a favor. Here's a little extra Maul. Little Darth Maul for you.
A couple more items of business. I want to give a shout out to the Wicked Radio Network. We're members of the Wicked Radio Network. If you like Stinker Madness, make sure to go to wickedradionetwork.com. Check out some other fine podcasts. Lastly, I want to give a shout out to the If We Made It podcast at ifwemadeit.blogspot.com. This copy of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is Tucker's Blu-ray copy, because that's how awesome this movie is. You should have it on Blu-ray. It's not available on YouTube or streaming. Just go buy this movie because it's worth being in your collection. It's fucking awesome. Says a guy who borrowed a copy.
Somebody else's copy.
Yeah.
Is it unavailable on DVD?
I don't know.
Because I was just going to go buy a DVD of it.
Yeah,
I figured it was going to be at Hastings.
Yeah. Coming up after this episode, we've got Jurassic World with Jeff and Tucker from the If We Made It podcast. They will be back to guest. They will be our only two-timers.
Are they going to ride here surrounded by dinosaurs on classic motorcycles?
No, I believe that they are riding on top of the pterodactyls that have torpedoes on there.
You're punched out, even though you guys haven't seen that yet?
Yeah.
No, I think Carl's been on twice.
Carl did do twice. Yeah, that's true. Streaming do's and don'ts this week. We've got only two. It's been a busy week with all of the...
I've had the flu, people.
No, there was something else going on. Oh, we did the Fantastic Four field trip, and work's been out of control, and I've been playing a shitload of video games.
And there's football on it.
There's football
fucks
on
everything up.
It really fucks everything up. On YouTube, A Boy and His Dog, starring Don Johnson from the year 76, I believe. Post-apocalyptic film. Many people have seen this movie. It makes its trips around you haven't seen Boy and His Dog, you should watch Boy and His Dog. It's kind of like a real thing. Like,
The coolest part of this was that the dog talking
dog that never gets explained.
All men can talk to dogs.
I think so,
That's
but only
sort of the thing.
individual dogs.
Because the women can't hear the dogs.
Yeah, but he's in the movie theater and he's sniffing out. Apparently,
Chicks.
Poon is like the sweetest thing in post-apocalyptic, which I can understand to a degree. But he's like, oh, there's a woman in here, and they're in a movie theater filled with men, and none of the other men seem to care, so they probably don't hear the dog talking. You have to
it's
be
like a
married to the
telepathic
dog.
link, yeah. But then at the underground place, he, Jason Robards says, what did he say about the little terrier? And then he tried to get it out of the terrier, and I was like, all right, go burn the terrier or whatever. He's not talking.
You know, I'm going to be honest. I kind of tuned out.
It wasn't that great of a movie.
It wasn't that great of a movie. I remember this movie being like, whoa, really fucking
Everybody
cool.
seemed to
and,
have seen this when they were like 18 or 19, and this is sort of like, oh, wow.
I'd never seen it before. I didn't enjoy it.
I thought it was okay.
I'm going to give it a don't.
I think I'm going to give it a don't.
I still think it's a do.
Really? Yeah, give
It's
me
not
a reason
super
why.
exciting. It's a post-apocalyptic movie that doesn't blow complete ass.
What about
There's a few, but most of them.
Hell Comes to Frogtown?
That one's real good.
Yeah, it's just don't waste your time with Boy and His Dog. Just go watch Hell. I would watch Hell Comes to Frogtown
I would
36
watch-
times over this movie one more time.
Yep, me too.
I think it's if you haven't, it's worth doing once just because the end is a little fun.
Yeah.
And I think that might be it, is that the first time you see it, the end is a much heavier hammer that drops.
Yeah.
And if you've already
that's
seen
probably-
it,
yeah.
you slog through a bunch of slow-paced filmmaking to have a hammer land on you that's already landed on you the one time. But Jackie hadn't seen it, and she still says she doesn't like it, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
The dialogue's good. I like the dialogue between the dog and Dawn. Like, snappy and they don't like each other, but they love each other type relationship. I don't know. Moving on Netflix, Tom Berenger, Luis Guzman, William Forsythe, The Substitute.
This is one of my, I fucking love this movie, and I can't really tell you why.
Did I miss anybody? I mean, it has names. There's that other, kind of skinny Mexican
Who's the
guy
lady?
that's not... nobody.
I thought the lady was somebody.
I never seen her before. She has a name that sounds like it's somebody like Donna Tremicia.
Donna somebody.
Yeah, Donna somebody. Mrs. Somebody from the Mrs. Somebody series.
Phyllis is kind of a deal.
Yeah, but I've never seen her before.
I really, really liked this one. I thought it was so stupid.
It's fucking awesome.
I think it holds a level of I'm going to kick some ass, and it just kind of holds to that level of ass kick, and I enjoy that in a movie, because it starts out where they're seriously just maybe whatever they are, operators of some military special ops, and they're just killing people.
They're the Expendables, essentially.
Essentially. But then he becomes the expendable principal, or math teacher.
He's a history teacher.
History teacher.
His gal pal, this Lady Friday,
She gets kneecapped
kneecapped and beat up by gangsters.
Yeah.
Did I drop again?
No, he went back up, but I'll deal with it.
I got nothing up here. Yeah, she gets beat up by thugs, high school thugs, fucking Michelle Pfeiffer, Gangster's Paradise type fools that are tripping. They be tripping balls, Sam. Well,
They
they're
are
not tripping balls. They're tripping fools. Fooling, or I don't know what they're doing.
I'm going to say that she
They
got
just don't like her.
kneecapped by a fat Samoan guy.
Yeah.
It didn't really look like a gangster. He just looked like a fat Samoan guy.
This is purely Dangerous Minds if Michelle Pfeiffer
This was made first.
6'2" man with big arms and punch guys.
I think that's a terrible comparison. This was made first. This is one
So
of the...
Dangerous Minds is the substitute without a 6'2", handsome, charming, punch him in the face type of guy.
Yeah, not at
named
all.
Tom Berenger.
Did you see The Principal with James Belushi and Louis Gossett Jr.?
I did, yeah.
The Principal's
the
a
one
pretty
with,
good movie, and this does sort of the same thing, but with ass kicking and
Samuel L. What's the one with Samuel L.?
I don't know.
It's
There's also Stand and Deliver. Is that one too?
Yeah, that's Stand and Deliver's the one with Samuel L.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's got what's his face from the 90s.
With the scarred
everywhere.
face up.
Not Edwards James Olmos. He is also in that movie. It's got
You're not talking about
LDP.
No.
Yeah, it's got
Stand and
LDP.
Deliver is the one with LDP. What was the one I just said a second ago?
I don't know.
I don't know, the X-Men.
No, the X-Men, yes.
Where it's cool, the
where
X-Men.
Charles Xavier takes over a school for underprivileged children that are all in gangs.
I would like if the X-Men was made with the same production quality, or at least the same production mentality as RoboChick. And so Professor Xavier intermittently becomes Samuel L. Jackson and then back to Patrick Stewart. I would like that. They look close enough. They're both bald, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or they can be.
Yeah.
Anyways, Substitute's a total do. Jackie and I started the Substitute 2 with Treat Williams. There's 4 of these fucking things. At least 4!
The third one with Treat Williams, I don't think he's a substitute in the fourth one, but I think the third one's better than the second one, if I recall.
Well, the Sling TV got all fucked up and we couldn't even get very deep into it, but we're to expect reviews of 2, 3, and 4 forthcoming. I've got one more bit of streaming news. This is really fucking cool, and I really hope that we get to see more of this, but there's a YouTube channel called The Paramount Vault. This is official releases from Paramount Studios. They're just like, you know what? We're not going to make any money off of these movies. We're going to stick a little bit of advertising on the front end of this shit, put it on YouTube, and people can watch this shit for free. Do whatever you choose to it. I'll name you some highlights. American Ninja, American Ninja 2, American Ninja 3, King Solomon's Mines.
Yeah.
There was another big one, a horror movie, I think, that I'm blanking on. But here's the big one, and this fucking blows my mind. Ninja 3, The Goddamn Domination, is on this channel for free. They just released it on Blu-ray a year ago, and they're already like, you know what? We've made our money on Blu-ray. Put it out there. Let people enjoy this shit. Have a good time.
It's a real good time.
It's fucking awesome that they're doing that. I mean, it's not deep catalog. There's probably like 60 movies, and a lot of them are classics. I mean, there's like Singing in the Rain and shit on there like that you've seen 1,000 times. But there's some really fucking cool films on the Paramount Vault, and I would like to see Columbia do something similar. Universal do something similar. Why not? You're sitting on these goddamn films. I've been bitching about it for fucking eons. Let us view them.
Yeah, and then you can rotate it too, because you can only have so much server space. But...
Right. Well, it's YouTube. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Well, it's Google's problem.
That is Google's problem.
Yeah, I think it's fucking great. They've already got like 3 million subscribers.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's like more subscribers than Amazon Prime has right now in an instant. You stupid studios, follow this model. It's brilliant. So expect the Ninja 3 Domination to be coming up on Stinker Madness. And if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it right now. Stop listening to this podcast, go watch Ninja 3 The Domination! And then finish off what we have to say about Season of the Witch, Halloween 3, not starring Michael Myers. Sam, what do you got for stuff this week?
For Good Neighbor, Bad Neighbor?
Sure, what do you got?
We'll start with, I'll say that they're all played by Kurt Russell.
I like
who
Kurt
does
Russell.
not appear in this film, but his his stunt double, Dick Warlock, does.
Okay, all right.
His stunt double of 25 years, Dick Warlock.
He's the dude with the super hockey hair. Like, you can always spot the stunt double because he's got just slightly more hockey hair
than Kurt Russell,
who has very hockey hair.
We'll find out who he is a little bit later. The Dick Warlock, anyway. First up, Elvis.
Elvis Presley?
Yes.
What the shit does that have to do with bad movies?
The first movie that John Carpenter directed with Kurt Russell in it was the television dramatization of Elvis's life entitled...
Oh my god.
Elvis.
I had no fucking idea. That's awesome.
Yeah, so now we have to decide whether or not Elvis was a good neighbor.
Elvis.
I've got a pretty good guess.
Well, since we haven't seen this film, we have no judgment of Elvis based off of this film. We only
the character Elvis
can go by our knowledge, our working knowledge of Elvis Presley.
The man.
The man.
I'm going to say good neighbor. He bought some Cadillacs. He had some pretty good chasing sandwiches.
Peanut butter and banana. Tasty.
Probably.
And he probably threw a good party that he wouldn't kick you out of.
Lewds everywhere.
Yeah.
Quaaludes on the table.
And he never got into that West Coast 60s bullshit that the Beach Boys were into, where it was kind of starting to get a little freaky deaky, like, hey, there's this guy here named Charlie Manson. He says some really interesting things. Oh, and he might cut off your titties. At an Elvis party,
everybody gets too fucked up.
It's like a barbecue that all ends up with people jumping off of his house into the pool. And that sounds all right to me.
Yeah.
And obviously Graceland's fucking huge, so then that noise and riffraff is probably going to make its way over to your property, which is probably also huge. I say fucking fantastic neighbor. Just vicariously, you're cool because you live next to fucking Graceland.
Because you live next to Graceland, yeah. Good neighbor.
Good neighbor.
Next.
Jack Burton.
Jack Burton from,
Showdown?
Not Showdown.
Big Trouble in Little
China.
Bad neighbor. What a dickbag.
Well, he lives in a truck.
He lives in a truck.
So if you live next to him, you live in the dirt, or you can fly
No, or you just live in the parking lot next to him in your car.
in your truck. You're a diesel trucker, so that's cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Huh.
Unless you're living in a truck.
No, he smells. He's dropping his litter in
He's
front
a-
of your car and
He's a
blaming
little
it on you.
obnoxious.
He's like, dude, that was your McDonald's bag.
You gotta
And you're
admit,
like, no.
I know you love this movie, and I don't really particularly care for it. I know that's travesty in certain circles, and you know what I say to the certain circles? Go fuck yourself. Go listen to something else. Except for you, Bad Movie Sunday, who I've apparently pissed off with all of my things that I've said. He got real mad about me not liking Rapid Fire this week.
I thought Rapid Fire was fun. I like Big Trouble in Little China.
I like Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that awesome. I think it's a little overrated, but you gotta admit that Jack Burton lays it on thick. I mean, he is coming on strong.
Yes, he
with
is.
everything that he does. And is that really what you want on out of a neighbor? I mean, like, imagine he didn't live in a truck and he just was across the street and he was like needing to borrow sugar, which is a normal neighborly thing to do. And he comes over to your house and he's like, ding dong, 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 ding dong. What the fuck do you want, Jack? Well, I want sugar. Why
Right.
do you have to ring my doorbell 50 times? Because I really fucking need sugar.
He also fought a supernatural army of ninjas for his friend.
That's great. Dude, saving the world is like,
No, he
One
wasn't saving the
thing-
world. He was doing it for his friend. And if you're his neighbor and you become his friend, yes, he talks your ear off. Yes, he's kind of an asshole, but he will battle an entire army
of ninjas.
if you need him to.
Yeah.
No, bad neighbor.
Yeah, I
Fuck
don't
that
need
guy.
I don't need him to, so I'm gonna give him bad neighbor.
One day you do, you're going to feel bad about that one.
You know what? I'll put the house on the market.
And I'm going to say good neighbor because if he has a house, he's never there. Good neighbor.
Bad
Jack
neighbor.
Burton.
Moving
Bad neighbor.
McGrady.
on. From the Thing.
Yes.
Whew, well,
I
we know he
haven't
likes
seen
his
that.
booze. You've never seen 1984's The Thing?
No.
I thought you forced her to watch it.
I made you watch it. I made you watch it because you got
Yeah.
all chuffed about the fucking new one. I was like, the new one's fucking bullshit. Don't ever watch that piece of shit. Watch the original. The most amazing film that's ever been recorded, ever. Other than all of the other films that I like above it.
Okay, well, anyway, I don't remember this one.
They're in the Antarctica. There's a extraterrestrial. They find it in the snow.
And then the
Spaceship.
fucking most amazing title
Oh,
graphic
yeah,
that's
okay.
ever existed
Yeah.
comes into frame. There's a dog running, a man with a chopper.
Yeah, the man with the chopper at the beginning chasing the dog.
Yep.
That's all you gotta
It's
know.
the foundation for every good horror movie ever.
I don't remember Kurt
It's not a
Russell
horror
being
movie,
in
it's a
it.
science fiction
He's
movie,
the-
but
he-
it's like,
it's Keith David and
Kurt
Russell are the main
fucking amazing.
guys, and then
Oh,
Wilford Brimley is
fucking
the
amazing.
other guy.
amazing practical effects, amazing acting, amazing music. Oh, John Carpenter could bring the fucking tunes.
You know, I do remember this movie, and I'm gonna say,
If you're his neighbor, you live on Antarctica.
His other neighbors got killed by aliens.
Got killed
Yeah,
by
dude.
aliens. Is that his fault though?
he's
Not
handy.
Really.
He's handy, but
He
and
drinks
there-
scotch.
yeah, he's got scotch and he's handy.
He's got the
But it's J&B, and that's not very
ooh,
good.
yeah,
The J&B is kind of icky.
yeah, the deepest supply of shitty scotch on Antarctica is your neighbor. And that's your argument? He's got, hey, well, you like drinking, right? This guy's got the mother load of shitty scotch.
Yeah, J&B. It tastes like plums.
McGrady.
Mm.
He's a helicopter. He can fly a
You can
helicopter.
Fly a helicopter.
That's pretty handy.
It is handy.
Even if you're not living in Antarctica, it's
Or
fucking
you're
badass.
Not dead from aliens yet.
I'm gonna say good neighbor. Why you're still alive and the aliens haven't gotten you?
The helicopter thing's a big deal to me. Like,
Okay.
anybody who can fly a
Helicopter rides,
helicopter,
yeah.
I'm pretty much like, well, you're pretty much the coolest guy I've ever heard of in my life. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp him. A good neighbor.
I think he's a bad neighbor because I got killed by aliens.
That's not his fault.
That's true.
That is not his fault.
But if I'm his neighbor inside of the complex, I got killed by aliens because he brought him back.
How many
He goes to the other camp,
scientific research companies
gets-
have come and
aliens.
gone while McGrady is doing his thing, and just one of them happened to get killed by aliens through no fault of his own.
But he brings back the aliens to the camp, and so if you're his neighbor at the camp, he brought the aliens back and you got killed by those aliens.
Yeah, but you're already dead from aliens. That's
What are you talking about, dead from aliens?
the neighbors
No,
are already
no,
dead
so
from aliens.
If you live in the camp, his camp, not the Norwegian camp, you're still his neighbor if you're in, like, the adjacent
I'm
building.
totally thinking of the Norwegian camp.
Yeah,
Like,
so you're
outside of that compound is the neighboring.
No, if you live in another building, you're his neighbor.
Well, then you're like, I guess we need to define what neighbor is, because like you could go into like
All
his
right, whatever.
bunkmate.
So I don't think he's a good neighbor, because you die of aliens. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy. That one time. The
Yeah,
rest
I'm
of the
gonna say
time,
good.
you're fucking flying around in a helicopter doing sweet shit, man.
Yeah, good neighbor.
Choppers are badass. Sam, what do you got on Halloween 3, Season of the Witch?
It was made in 1982. This film feels like one of Carpenter's lesser projects, like Prince of Darkness, one of those that sort of didn't work as much as the rest of them that people don't remember. Like, you're not remembering
people
it when you're
fucking hate this movie because it doesn't have Mike Myers in it.
Yeah, I know. People now people actually kind of like the movie. It's a favorite these days.
With people like us, but people of the fans of the genre, which I fucking hate.
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Myers.
Fans of Mike Myers
don't like this movie. Yeah, but
yeah.
are you talking about those type of people or
No,
like,
I'm talking about the movies that Carpenter made that weren't really the ones that we remember.
He didn't
They're
put his
not the
back in it,
thing.
you might
They're
say.
not- It isn't that he put his back in it; he just swung and missed.
Okay,
And with Prince of Darkness, he swung and missed.
Sure.
And this, really feels like it's his movie, even though he didn't direct it. It ultimately is produced by him, but the writing and directorial duties fall on Thomas Lee Wallace. Wallace is a graduate of the MFA production program from USC, a program responsible for other notable George Lucas.
yeah, we
John
mentioned this group before.
Yes. Well, he wasn't part of that group. He just went to that school. So this is like, he's a third gen, fourth gen MFA.
He was not from the class.
He's not from the class,
he's
yeah.
The same discussion as some of those other guys.
Wallace started as an associate art director on Carpenter's first film, Dark Star. He was promoted to art director as well as sound effects editor for Assault on Precinct 13. On Halloween, he had risen to production designer, a capacity he would serve for several films until Carpenter would ask him to direct Halloween 2. He would decline. He would, however, return for this film. Though Wallace receives sole credit for the screenplay, it was a script written by Nigel Neal that was originally overhauled by Carpenter and then rewritten by Wallace. The project started with Joe Dante set to direct,
Hell yeah.
and the original script was a horror comedy, which is why Neal wished his credit to be removed. Neal stated that the rewrites were demanded due to the spirit and humor of the film not making it through the ad hoc translation to Italian required by Dino.
What? God damn,
Don't get the poop.
Dino.
I poop in Fiat.
Whooping
I
Fiat.
make the pictures.
I'm making a picture. So this would, if it hadn't been for Dino De Laurentiis,
Well,
this movie may have been
Just-
directed by Joe Dante.
it may be a comedy horror by Joe Dante.
They should do that anyways, because I love this film, and then they should make that film as well. That sounds great. To
Yeah,
me.
they should.
Both
They
recipes
should
work.
do this. The plan was to make a new Halloween movie every year featuring new unrelated stories with a rotating cast and crew. A theatrical John Carpenter Presents, if you will.
Sort of like Tales from the, well, not Tales from the Dark Side, but Jesus, The Twilight Zone, or
But yes, but in theaters every year on Halloween.
non-serialized horror films.
Scheduled pictures that sort of Asylum does now monthly for sci-fi. They were going to do this yearly for you and me and whoever wanted to go to the theater and watch it.
Apparently, you and me don't like it because it didn't work.
Yeah, no, they reportedly this thing just tanked.
Yeah.
Just tanked. Just remember that. Remember Dino and remember tanked.
Okay, 2 words, sort of.
I think it could happen now if Carpenter went into a Corman-esque mode and kept it down to like 20 mil. You bring your script. The shit that passes for horror these days,
20 mil is a big budget.
for a horror
For
movie.
a horror
So
movie.
10 mil.
I think 5 is what they're willing to show.
Universal, I said 20 because Universal refuses to produce a movie for under 20 million now.
What about all those Paranormal Activity movies? Those
Are not Universal.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, but that's what's working, and like the Sinister movies and like
It's
every
all
fucking
5,
spooky
10
ghost
mil,
movie is
yeah.
like none monies ever.
Okay. Well, a monkey.
Even It Follows, which I praise, cost like next to
Nothing.
nothing because there's zero fucking shit involved and it's brilliant. other than sweet music, inspired by this film and other John Carpenter works.
I was
There we
reluctant to pick this movie as it is one of the best horror movies ever made. Yes, they are that bad. Because I think this is really one of the best horror movies ever made. So it's rough to sound like I think this is the best, and I'm picking it on a movie podcast where we talk about bad movies. One of the resounding reasons that it isn't a good movie is Tom Atkins' sit on my dick routine. It's fucking awesome, but the Academy isn't going for it. Even though it is widely known that if they needed to ride around on that mustache, they could whenever they wanted to.
I think it's the mustache. I think it's just like so out there and like, women go nuts for that Kenny Rogers white-haired mustache. I mean, it works for Tommy Lee. It works for fucking...
No, they don't.
It works for fucking Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott. He just made my stuff get all tingly. And he's got a fucking white mustache. People...
He's got a gray mustache.
It's salt and pepper. Old man mustaches, women fucking go crazy over.
I do not think that Colonel Sanders from KFC is a hot dude.
He's got a goatee, not a mustache.
But yeah, he's got a mustache.
No, it's a goatee.
Anyway, he's not sexy.
Full on beard and shit.
So guess where Tom Atkins is from? Guess what state? Or what city? Sorry.
State of...
City.
Boston.
Independence.
Does he look like a Boston guy to you?
Kind of.
Tom
No, he
Atkins,
doesn't.
Salt Lake City,
I'm
Utah.
from Boston. You're not going to kick yourself because it's going to make total sense. He's
Boise,
from
Idaho?
fucking Pittsburgh. Doesn't
I
he
was
just
closer.
Look like he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I guess. It's not like me, Joe Green or anything. Or,
Well, he just looks like a Pittsburgh guy to me.
Jack Lambert or one of those type of guys.
Another reason it isn't Oscar stock is that Stacey Nelkin,
Stacey Nelkin?
the female lead,
Oh, yeah. Well,
is only convincing
one of them that
when
he
it's
bangs.
time to get on Atkins' dick. Because she wasn't acting at that point. She
What?
really just wanted to do it. No, they didn't have sex, but she's like the director's like, all right, act like you want to get on his dick. And she's like, oh, I do. I want to get on that guy's dick. Tom Atkins, can you give me a ride to the craft
Where are
services
you
on your
getting this
mustache?
information from?
What are you talking about?
Like, that's just your interpretation of how good her
Everyone
acting
in
was?
America wants to ride Tom Atkins'
He's
mustache.
like Tom Jones.
He acts like that. That's what he's saying when he struts around on the screen pretending to be a cop when he's supposed to be a doctor. Handing out mustache rides left
when
and
he's
right.
in the Night of the Creeps saying "thrill me" when he answers the phone, he fucking means it. Like,
Yeah.
you can give it a go because man, I've
been
seen it
there.
all.
I've done that.
Thrill me.
Well, she didn't do a whole lot before retiring from acting to become a relationship expert. That is something you can be, I guess. I don't know that you get paid anything for that.
Here's a little top tip. You can be whatever the fuck you want
Yeah, exactly.
in Los Angeles, California.
Yes, you can.
Just make it up. It's a thing.
Yeah. And people will hear it once and go, why have I never done that?
Oh my gosh.
I need that.
Do you like it? Well, I think so. Oh,
You do
then
what you love.
Wow.
Dan O'Harely does a good job, I think. His character's motivations are not clear to me. He's the bad guy.
No. Yeah, it's a head scratcher.
Like, wait, okay, but no, you don't want to just have all the... What the fuck are you doing, buddy?
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
He has been in... he's been in about everything, and he'll be back for RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in
Can't wait for
RoboCop.
that.
I'm RoboCop.
Yeah. Ralph
That's
Straight is
awesome,
back.
Ralph.
Sacco from Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Stuntman Dick Warlock plays Assassin Android. Warlock was Kurt Russell's stunt double for 25 years. He is also Michael Myers. Ah.
Yeah, sure, I can see that. Yeah.
And all three, both girls and the Mike Myers actor Dick Warlock, all appear in this film. So they're in all three Halloweens.
What do you mean? 3 girls?
2 girls
Well,
and
Jamie
Mike
Lee
Myers.
Curtis isn't in.
The director's wife, Kites, she's in it too. There's the other Amy or whatever. Is that
So
what her name
everybody
is?
from Halloween, aside from Jamie Lee Curtis, is in this film.
I'm afraid Jamie Lee Curtis is in this film.
What?
Yes.
As what? I don't remember her.
Well, we'll get to that. Because right now we have to talk about Joshua John Miller making his 3rd appearance to Stinker Madness.
Joshua John Miller from such films that we all
The
know
kid
and love.
in Near Dark and the kid brother in Teen Witch.
Oh,
This
Oh.
fucking guy.
that's right. He is in this. Man, that kid almost fucking lives here. That's 3 appearances. That's a big deal. Like, he almost might get
He's
his
running
own
out of
blog
movies,
tag. Like, what?
But he may be back because he's in Death Warrant with Van Damme, too.
Fucking shit!
He's also in Class of 99, but I don't know if that's ever going to make it.
No, you and I just watched it, and we totally gave it a stinker do.
But I don't know if it's an episode.
Yeah, I could
Does
be
he have a
talking to-
breathing problem?
a brain problem?
Breathing.
I don't know.
Yeah, he keeps doing it. Oh, face.
Like mouth
That's
breather weirdness.
Really fucking mean, Sam.
You should look at his... I shouldn't be mean to this guy. He's doing his best.
He's
his IMDb photos are
five
taking
very
themselves...
important bad movies. Man, that's a fucking career. I can't say that about Tom Atkins.
Take a look at his IMDb photos and just think to yourself, could I hang around this guy for 2 minutes?
He's the better Edward Furlong.
Really?
Oh,
no. I like him more than...
Well, now, at this point, it's not much of a horse race. Edward Furlong has come off the rails. That guy...
Yeah, I'd rather watch one of this kid's movies than fucking Edward Furlong's
like,
shit.
if Edward Furlong came to a barbecue, speaking of bad neighbors, he'd get really fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, we can do it. Let's make Terminator 8 right now. I'm back as John Connor. You and me, we're going to make Terminator, and I'm John Connor. And you're like, who the fuck invited Edward Furlong to my party? Because he's on the Twitter saying he's going to be John Connor.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Well, he is.
No, he's not. I mean, maybe he is. Maybe they'll sink that low. So they put the masks on shelves as a promotion tie-in, as quote-unquote poorly as the movie did. I'm pretty sure you can still buy those masks. Those look like the standard pumpkin mask that you get everywhere.
Skeleton. There's a little
They didn't make that.
skeleton.
They cast those for this movie. They didn't just grab the pumpkin mask and put it in here.
Those are manufactured by the Silver
Dino's
Shamrock.
dead body is still making money off this thing.
Nice.
Speaking of masks, in the film, Tom Atkins throws a mask onto a security camera. This took him 40 tries.
Nice.
Keep an ear out for Jamie Lee Curtis and director Tommy Lee Wallace. Curtis is the voice of the telephone operator, and Wallace is the Silver Shamrock commercial announcer.
Oh, he's great.
Keep an eye out for orange juice.
It's that time again, kids. That's like what I base all of my
your voices off
voice work off of is Tommy Lee Wallace's "It's that time again, kids. Put on your spooky mask and then kill your parents."
Oh, I didn't write this down, but I'll just mention it because you're saying it.
Halloween.
London Bridge, we want to figure, like we've asked, why London Bridge? The only reason ever given was that it was in the public domain.
London Bridge.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
Yeah, it's kind of similar.
No, it's...
Happy
Dude, I'm telling you, if you get some time, YouTube Silver Shamrock theme song and go for the extended, 4-minute shit. The fucking keyboard guy
the keyboard
goes fucking ape shit.
Carpenter goes crazy on the keys sometimes.
It's nanners. I don't have any evidence that Carpenter did it. Maybe you do, but woohoo! Not London Bridges. This ain't your mama's London Bridge.
Yeah, well, the hook or whatever is London Bridge. I have mentioned the disappointment in returns for this film. It returned a meager $14.4 million against a $2.5 million budget.
Oh my god!
Fucking Dino! They could have made one of these every year.
They could have made one of these every year.
I make the picture.
That's stupid. In 1982's money, that's like
this is a fucking smash hit, dude.
That's $10 million that would have netted 50. We would be inundated with these fucking films. This is a huge success.
I might be a horror movie fan.
That's
if Dino doesn't want 50 on 2 mil.
Well, whatever. So, the movie's not on YouTube, it's not on Netflix, it's not on Amazon. Go to your local video store and pick it up on Blu-ray, because it's totally awesome.
It's the only one of the Halloween series that I can even watch.
Yeah, totally. I fucking hate it. It's stupid.
Invincible, and I don't really do anything.
He's not invincible. He's just a guy.
I drive a station
and he gets fucking
wagon.
killed in the second one.
Oh, then why is he in, the fourth
because
and fifth
they
and sixth?
No one liked, at the time that this came out, nobody liked that he wasn't in it because he's
so
the
he's
guy.
invincible. He's a shitty Jason.
And so they
He's
bring
a
him
shitty
back
Jason.
as a ghost, and then he's a shitty Jason, but then after that they reboot it because it's H2O or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't even fucking know.
Halloween with
Rob
Rob Zombie and I hope he fucking drives the station wagon in your fucking Rob Zombie movie, because you know what's not scary? Station wagons. People who drive station wagons are fucking cool. They're not scary, even if they got a spooky fucking white face on. Those are just nice men wanting to drive you home and give you candy until you bleed out of your eyeballs, because it's poison candy.
Poison candy.
But they're not going to stab you because they've got candy in their car. That's what my mom told me. Don't get in cars with white-faced guys with station wagons, even though they are probably very nice young men. Because station wagons is a sensible...
It's a very sensible car.
Car that you can put lots of stuff in, like corpses of children.
That's gross.
No, it's not good for corpses because you can see into the back.
That's a very good point, Sam.
Yeah.
You could put a tarp over it, though.
That sucks.
You go to to get your machete, same place, hardware store.
Well, you
go
know
to the
what you
hardware
do.
store with your spooky white mask, and
you have, like, a
everybody's
little-
like, will it be Visa or MasterCard, sir?
You have a little teeny enclosed trailer because you always see like.
You smell that?
Oh my god, my dog just shit his pants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
dude,
that.
it's gross.
We gotta wrap this shit up. You got something important to
Oh,
Sam?
no,
Sam to say?
it's-
Is it worth the smell?
No, it's not.
Oh, get to the chopper. Thank you for listening to Stinker Madness. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoyed it and will come back to listen more. But now, we'd like to ask all of our listeners for a small favor. We aren't ranking as high as we'd like, and we need your help. Would you please take just a couple of minutes to rate and review us on your preferred listening platform, be it iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you can. It takes many hours each week to bring you this show, and just a couple seconds of your time is a huge help for us. And for those of you that have already done this, we say thank you. And that got more poop-covered sticky toilet paper over myself, and now it's on the bathroom doors, the wall stays. Oh, god damn it. It's a run-on sentence. So dumb. He's talking about poop at a
But
party.
yeah, we wrote about.
Okay,
poop.
all right. I can't, god.
Looks like the joke's on all of us. Thanks, Silver Shamrock.
You're gonna have to do that again. I laugh for it. I guess I'm visualizing poop everywhere. Or the soupy. Soupy. It's so stupid. Sneak into your roommate's bedroom while he's sleeping. Replace all his undies and socks. It's so stupid. Oh no, they're tiny.
What? What happened?
I have to try to put them on.
These are my socks.
Or the super tiny undies and socks double pack. Sneak into your roommate's bedroom while he's sleeping. Replace all of his undies and socks.
And you said this shit wasn't funny. I can't even get through it.
I can't. I think I can go from replace though now. Replace all his undies and socks with these way too small ones. This is the dumbest.
It's no dumber than sticky toilet paper.
It's really no. The sticky toilet paper is just gross. This is just entirely ridiculous. Like, oh, I got you. Because the dresser didn't grow. I'm so big now, and my dresser grew too. And the rest of my house, just not my underwear and socks. It's so dumb. Okay, I think I might have extracted all of the comedy out of there. Replace all his undies. Replace all his undies and socks with these way too small ones and stare at him. Such a involved and maniacal plan.
Speaking of Darth Maul, in Return of the Jedi, Ewoks capture Han, Luke, Chewbacca, 3PO, and R2-D2 in a net, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
then they take them up to their little Ewok village up in the trees, and they're going to roast them. It's pretty clear that they're going to roast them, and then that's what's for dinner, right?
Yeah,
We all on board that the Ewoks are planning on roasting those guys.
it's
Yeah.
a feast for C-3PO.
Yeah,
Well,
like
it would
in
have been
honor
a
of
feast
C-3PO.
for whatever had C-3PO not even showed up, right?
Now, at the end of Return of the Jedi, they throw a huge party. There's bonfires, beep-bop-a-lola music that Jackie likes.
Are you
Mhm.
insinuating that they're eating stormtroopers?
They are eating the stormtroopers. They are celebrating all this yummy, delicious clone food that they have now got, not the fact that the second Death Star has been exploded. They ate the stormtroopers.
I don't want to think yes. I don't want to. No, I don't.
Think yes. No.
I don't want to think that they did. No, I'm gonna say no. They're just too damn cute.
What else? What were they?
They were
eating?
gonna eat Haunted Luke.
They were.
That
eating
was
people.
an accident.
They're
that was
people eaters.
before C-3PO taught them the ways of not eating people.
Now, if they did eat the stormtroopers, did any of the Star Warriors partake?
They didn't know what it was. They're like, tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Tastes like human meat.
Human meat.
I was walking along on the holy road, and I tripped in the hole, and I knocked out my front tooth. Hurt real bad, but I got up anyway, but the dentist couldn't do a goddamn thing about it. Ouch, I lost my tooth in a hole in the ground.